Hello everyone.
So, I posted on my Instagram recently asking people if they can recommend me band names from the local area. Brighton, Kent, London, you name it. And I wanted to make a tier list out of all the different names. Now, the general theme of this is I tried chucking in a bunch of bands that I've seen in the local area. I asked people bands that I should chuck in, so a few of them I haven't seen before. The general theme of this is how good are the names? Do they fit the sort of sound well? And just how iconic are they? Like, we should start off with a good example. So Vulva, this is a band I've seen before. I would say they're very solid. Also, shout out to Lewis, cool as bass player. Very simple. Female fronted, works. So Vivian Scarlett, this used to be Arcadia. I'm gonna put them in a bit air, because it's a bit of a meh name. Yeah, they broke up as a band, but it's not their fault. Maybe if they just had a better bassist, that wasn't an arse. Alright, next we have Vampira. I'd put them very solid. I think it's a pretty cool name. I've seen them before. They're alright. Next we have Unorthodox. Guy behind this, Jake. He's also behind Livid as well. It's a thing. There's a band called Orthodox. So then there's like negative points for originality. But Unorthodox sounds called Unorthodox. I'm going to put them in... Let me rename this real quick. Aye. It's just aye. Next, Unnatural Order. Now this one is an interesting case. Because if Unnatural Order was bad, then I'd probably borderline put them in poo. Because like, imagine being called Unnatural Order and then you're just this really unthreatening poo band. But they're actually right. I would put them maybe a bit above Unorthodox. Okay, next we have the Zombie Killers. It's not a bad name, but it's sort of like an 80s rock band sort of name. It's not bad, but it's nothing too special, so I put in I. Okay, next we have the Winds. This is a band from Brighton. They're new, and I got recommended them. I haven't seen them before, but I've seen videos of them. I feel like if they had a sound that sort of suited
the name,
like a very sort of nostalgic shoegaze sort of sound, I think it would sort of suit it. One of the things I saw them cover was like a Radiohead song, and I feel like that might not quite suit the sort of name. So I'll put them in I for now, but I think they have potential to be very solid. Next, the Skirts. I would put them in also very solid. Skirts is a cool band, led by Jen. They broke up because guitarist bad. Next is The Divide. I haven't seen this band. I don't know what they sound like. I'm assuming they're a rock band. I think it's an alright name, but it's a little bit unoriginal because I reckon there's probably about 10 other bands called The Divide. Next we have Football Table. Next we have Swallowtail. This band, I've heard clips of them, stuff like that. I believe they're a shoegaze, atmospheric rock, so I would say they're it's a decent name. I'd put it, I think like maybe a bit behind Unnatural Order, but I'd say it's a pretty alright name. Okay, next we have Sunlifter. I'd say Sunlifter's a pretty good name. I don't know if it's like just a smidge behind Vulva, because Vulva's just like, it has a theme going on. There's no backstory to this, it just sounds hard and it just works. I've seen them, they're a pretty good band as well. Probably the tightest band I've seen from Brighton. Next we have Static. I don't know really what to derive from that. It's not bad, but it's not amazing either. I'd just put it in, just alright. Next we have Spill, I believe. Spill. I would say that's a pretty decent name. I've also seen their t-shirts, and their t-shirts are pretty cool. They also have the bleached eye sort of thing going on, but you know, I was just... Smile You Sob. I feel like this could be very solid, but I think I'm going to put them towards... I think I'm going to put them at the end of alright. I've seen them before, when I was playing against Arcadia, Vivian Scarlett, and they won, and I was very salty, because my favourite band didn't win. Next we have Shuggy. I don't really know what to think of this. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't know. Next we have Secrets of the Alcove. It's a bit edgy. It's not bad. It's alright. I think that could be kind of creepy if you get like a whole creepy thing going on around it. I could see that sort of working, but...
5 minutes later.
No! My Instagram?
No!
What about my YouTube then?
What is wrong with you? That's it! I'm out of here!
Come on, Slenderman, don't you want some of my songs?
Keep them. I don't want them.
Come on, just listen to the one, please.
No! Leave me alone!
That's what happens to people who don't listen to my song. It's dropping on the 20th. Be there or bum you with my track.
Next we have Ruckus. Ruckus 100% goes up in very solid. Like, Ruckus is a very solid name. It's very like fucking... Next we've got Rhino Trank. Rhino Trank is pretty cool. I'd say it's not quite as cool as Vampira, but it's definitely very solid. Next we have Puppets.
Ow! What the fuck, Daddy? Ow! Bitch, stop! Okay.
Puppets is solid. Upper Puppets, middle, very solid. Next we have Nightwave Nexus. Nightwave Nexus! Alright, next we have Morse. I've played with this band before. Overall, I think that's potentially very solid if they build up like sort of a brand around it and there's like a more of a backstory behind the name, but for now I think I would just put it in like A. Alright, next we have Monumental. Okay, Mental! First S tier, because come on, British bands, they do Britpop. Monumental! You know what I mean? It just works because okay, they're from Essex, South East, it just sort of works, it just has that sort of Alright, next we have the Montgomery. The band is inspired by this boat that sunk off the coast of Sheppey, and it's got loads of explosives, so if it blows up, it'll fucking sink the island or something like that. Oh, it's funny because they're next we have MASH. It's aight. Well, maybe it's not quite as good as Unorthodox. If I'll put Unorthodox, I'll put Unorthodox at the top here. Overall, reminds me of MASH. Okay, next.
Oh my god!
We have mashed potato at the pizza. Okay, like, the profile picture looks cool, but what is that name? Why? Alright, next we have Livid.
Now I'm livid. Let's go.
Livid. S tier. It's a hardcore band. It's angry. Sounds aggressive. Livid is a UK term. It just works. King for a Day. Now this one I'm just kind of stuck on because part of me wants to put them in very solid. I'd put them in very solid, maybe up here. But I feel like King for a Day, because it's a Pierce the Veil song, it would be better if there was a bit of an emo band, but they're more of like a thrash metal hard rock band. So it works. It's cool. It's a cool sounding name. But like I feel like there's a certain image and certain sound that would work with it better. Alright, next we have Killing Silver. I'd say it's about as good as King for a Day. I think it has potential to be very solid. Very solid. I think Killing Silver, I think it works. Yeah, I'll put them at very solid.
Fucking solid!
Okay, next we have Junction 28. I've seen these guys, they're actually like doing pretty well. But for basing it off band name, I don't really get it. I just Junction 28. I'm sorry, some of these bands I don't get why they named them. Like, why Vivian Scarlett? Who the fuck is Vivian?
Throw you the map, and you throw me my Vivian.
How the fuck do you know my name?
Next, Jacked. Come on! Yeah! No, fuck off! No. Alright, we got a good band name, but like, I wouldn't say it's S tier. But like, I think it's towards the top of very solid. Cause like, Jacked! What? Geezer! Insectus. Very solid. Where would I put them in very solid? Say like above Vampire, but maybe behind Skirts. Scary Insectus. A Fine Line. This one I was debating whether I wanted it at the top of very solid, but I think it could work in S tier. If they have the potential to like build a massive fan base, I think something Fine Line could be like an iconic band name. We have Phaser, or what was previously Rottweiler. See, when there was Rottweiler, I'd want to put them up here because I think Rottweiler's a tough as hell name. Phaser's still a good name, but it's not quite as good, so I'd put them like maybe just above Killing Silver. Alright, now we get to the funny bands. Yeah. First we have Edging.
I'm still edging. Sigma.
Now this one can sort of work as a name. I'd put them at the top of I. They sort of work as a name. It's a little bit silly and it works better in Brighton, but like in some places it might not hit quite as hard. But I do have a soft spot for Speak a Lot. I think they're pretty solid. Something that's a bit more hard to sell though is Daffodildos. It's such a funny name. Part of me wants to put them in fucking poo, but part of me wants me to put them in S tier. But overall, they just wouldn't work in those places. So like, really, I put them a bit air, but I bumped them up to I because it's like, it's just funny. Okay, next we have Blue Mirror. I don't get this profile picture. This isn't a Blue Mirror. This is a Alright, and finally we have Blue Bottles.
Current editing Kane here. Look, Blue Bottles is not the best name, but I think that was a little bit harsh because the other names are just borderline offensive. Blue Bottles is alright. So if I could right now, I'd bump him up to a bit
Okay, overall, yeah, I'm happy with where I've placed everything. These, like, could give or take, you could fight different positions for these sort of names. Different people might argue maybe Sun Lifters at the top are very solid. Some people might argue us because we're jacked and we're cool. I would say all of these sort of bands here are all, like, very solid and have the potential to be iconic if we make it. Anyway, that's the tier list, guys. Now, I'm about to spend 8 hours editing these properly, so I'm gonna just... The video's over, go away!